Hello everyone, my name is Zard and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be taking a look at LEGO Star Wars set 75343. This is the Dark Trooper helmet. One of the 2022 helmets, one of three, I believe, the Mandalorian, the red Luke Skywalker's pilot helmet, and the Dark Trooper. This was one that I just recently bought. I have pretty much all the helmet sets, and this one was one I didn't get when it released. And I enjoyed it. You know, it's all one color, so it's not very vibrant to look at, but I think they represented the character quite well. I think a set like this would go great, I guess, with any other Mandalorian set. The Dark Trooper hallway scene that released a little while back. But yeah, this set has 693 pieces. I believe it's around the same price as all other helmet sets, around that $50, $60, $70 price range. Not as much as like the Darth Vader, which I still think remains to be the most expensive. And I don't think it's as cheap as the Scout Trooper, which I think is the cheapest one. It's in that middle range with Cody, Rex, Boba Fett, the TIE Fighter pilot. Obviously not now, that thing is very expensive currently. But I really like the eyes here. I thought the face was well done. And yeah, I'll take a closer look at it. And, you know, this was one of my favorite, I think, Star Wars sets to build. I thought putting it together was a very fun building experience, more than you usually get, I find, from a LEGO Star Wars set, more in line with a set like Speed Champions, which I find is just a joy to build. And this one, even though it's all the same color, was a joy to build and had a lot of fun shapes and techniques to get those shapes. So yeah, let's take a closer look at it now. So here is the 693 piece build of the Dark Trooper helmet. Of course, as it should be, the majority of the build is black, and I think it represents the Dark Trooper quite well. You have a bit of red used there. Quite a few colorful pieces are used throughout the inside of the set. I guess you do see a bit of dark bluish gray from the outside of it, but not all that much. It's mainly that black, and then those red eyes, and then the text on the plate. Like other helmet sets, they use a mix of studs and flat tile pieces. The studs on this one are all right at the top of the head of the Dark Trooper. And I don't know entirely how I feel about that, if I would prefer it to be pretty much entirely flat tiles, or to be mostly studs. Of course, that wouldn't entirely work, but I think the transition between the two is a bit odd. It sort of just goes from flat tile to stud, and there's no real transition there, which I wish, at least there you see it a bit more on the side, but at least from the sort of the brow right to the forehead, it's just a really stark transition right to the studded area, and I think that's a little off-putting. One aspect to this set that was interesting, and one that I really didn't expect, was there are hinge pieces around the necks, or around the neck joint area, and because of that, it's a bit angled. You can sort of see it from the side, but I can sort of move it more. It sort of sets there, but at its most point, it's sort of angled like that, and you can sort of bring it up to there. But I think that adds an interesting aspect to the set, as if the Dark Trooper is flying. You can sort of see that transition between the flat and stud pieces, I think, is well done on the sides. You even have a bit of flat tiles at the top. The back, I even think, is decently done. I really like the shaping around here. There are a lot of different sloped pieces used throughout this build, as well as the grill pieces that add some nice texture to it. There's a few stickers right there and there, as well as right at the front of the build. You can see the red eyes there, which I think they really represented quite well. I just think the face here from here to here is really well done. The shape that they captured at the top, I think, is well done as well. It's just, I think, right at the front. The change from flat towel to stud is a bit harsh and a bit much. The stand is similar to any other helmet set. The plaque as well is with Dark Trooper written on there. And yeah, of course, this stand is slightly different because it has those hinge pieces, which you really can't see great from here. They do have some nice detail added here, which I thought was a nice addition to it, as well as just around here. I think they capture the neck joint area of the Dark Trooper quite well. And yeah, overall, I think the build is well done. There's not all that many stickers. Now, the stickers that are part of the set are right at the front of it. You have a lot right here. There are, how many? 5 stickers just there, and then 2 more there, and then 1 up there. I think that's all from the sticker sheet. It's not a ton, but it is in a very critical area of the set that you really don't want to mess up. I think the mouth area is done quite well here, unlike other helmets, whether it's Rex, who I think is a bit of a smaller mouth, or Vader, who is almost missing like half of it. This one I think represents it quite well. And overall, I think the Dark Trooper helmet is a really well done Lego helmet. I don't think it was overly needed, but I guess with the popularity of The Mandalorian, it 100% makes sense. And I think it goes with other Mandalorian sets as a display item, which of course it is meant to be, but it could go with other playsets like the Dark Trooper hallway scene. And overall, I think it's a solid Lego Star Wars set. Definitely not my favorite helmet set, but I do think it's a pretty good one. I think the red eyes really add to it, and of course you need to have those red eyes there, but I think it really pops and makes the set stand out over other black helmet sets like the TIE Fighter pilot helmet, as well as the Darth Vader, which are just entirely black with few accents of some darker and light gray colors, but other than that, it's all black, whereas this one sort of has that pop in the eyes. So I think my only issue with this set is the sort of transition around the forehead to brow area between the flat towel as well as studded areas, but other than that, I think it's a really solid Lego helmet set. I definitely suggest it. Of course, it's sort of at the end of its lifespan, it sort of is at this point, but I'm assuming that it won't go up all that much. I don't see this being a TIE Fighter pilot situation where it goes from a $70 set to a $200, $250, $300 set. Now, would I pick this up over other helmet sets that are currently available? No. I would say this one is probably my least favorite. Between the Mandalorian, the Dark Trooper, the Luke's pilot helmet, the Rex, the Cody, I think all those helmets are better than this one, but I do think they represented it quite well. I just don't find the Dark Trooper overly interesting, but I think they really represented the source material quite well. The only thing, once again, is sort of then transition between studs and towels. But other than that, I really enjoyed this set. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you found it useful for updating your Lego display with a Dark Trooper helmet. And thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.